Okay, continue. Number 17. Some say that if the entire area of the corner of the garment upon which the tzitzit tassel may be hung, there is from the distance of measure of thumb joint from the end of the tallit garment. So thumb joint is like from the nail until the first joint, as we said, right? So thumb joint from the end of the garment, so meaning it's less than 3, so right, less than 3, until the distance of 3 thumb braces from the end of the garment. There should be no stitching, however small, with any thread with which it would be possible to make the tzitzit strings for the garment. So they say no stitches. I'm not sure why. Commentary, let's see. No. Okay, 97. The reason for this prohibition is that we are concerned that the person, after finishing stitching on the corner, will leave the threads hanging from the stitching. Which he will then decide to use as one of the tzitzit strings. Unbelievable. This string is not valid for tzitzis. However, because of so you have to affix, one must affix the tzitzit strings on the garment and not use a string that were already attached. So let me explain. I mean, it's all these things. So basically, they let's say he uses a string like a thread to make the stitching, and he would leave like long string, and somehow I'm not sure why he would decide to use it over one of the 8 strings for whatever reason. So to avoid that, they say no stitches all around. Okay. Since the corners here is that one will use the hanging threads of the tzitzit string, it is not applicable to any thread that cannot be used as a tzitzis for a particular garment, as the Kitzur proceed to explain. Okay, so basically, so the correct tzitzis means that he takes separate strings and bend it over and then tie it, and that's it. Not to use something that was exist before. For example, it was linen tallit garment. Linen, as we said, there is no problem; it's permitted. One may not sew the area of the corner with the linen threads, but only with the silk threads or the like. Okay, no linen threads. Okay, so in a minute, so it would not be mixed wool and linen together. Okay. If it was a silk tallit garment, one may not sew the area of the corner of this with the silk threads. 1 second. If it was a silk tallit, okay. If it was silk tallit, he may not sew the area of the corner with the silk threads. If it was woolen tallit, he may not sew there with the woolen threads. Okay, because woolen, and then he would leave over and then use it as one of the string for itself. I mean, for us, it's like mission impossible. All of these tzitzit, they're very thick. Nobody like sewing with it. This is that thick. I'm not sure. I mean, in the olden days, that's probably they have the thinner tzitzit than we use today. That's my own explanation. Okay, continue. One should take the stringent approach, not only when fixing a tier, but also when with regard to the binding that is made around the hole. So around the hole, that is like binding, right? On the corner to strengthen it. Okay. The entire above concern applies only to the stitching with a white thread. However, if the with the colored thread, there is no reason to be concerned that the person would use the tzitzit string, since it does not use the same color of the tzitzis. Okay, so meaning, yeah, I mean, he's not going to make this mistake.